Hey Rockin' Readers, you know that saying that all good things must come to an end? Well, today is that day. Today is the end of Believeathon, a middle grade readathon. But it was the most fantabulous 2 weeks since lockdown started. So, let's wrap this baby up. Let me bring you up to speed on my most recent reads that I haven't vlogged about yet. And then I'll show you my quest. The List of Things That Will Not Change by Rebecca Stead. Bee's life is turned upside down when her dad announces that he's gay. To help her deal with all the upheaval and to give her a psychological anchor, Bee comes up with a list of things that will not change. While my life circumstances are quite different to Bee's, I can really relate to her hopes and worries. Rebecca Stead does a really good job exploring that expectation gap when you really desperately want something or you picture it in your head and then the reality is quite different. One thing I will say though is that 2 of the characters, Bee's dad's new partner, Jesse, and his sister, Sheila, I just found them a bit too good to be true. Even when criticism was thrown their way, they just took it in their stride and rose above. I don't know if this is me just being overly cynical, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad that the author wrote these characters, because too good to be true or not, come and be a part of my life. I think any middle grader would get something out of this. Orion Lost by Alistair Chisholm. This was my sci-fi read for Orion Found. It was also the May Middle Grade Monthly Book Club read. Orion Lost is the first sci-fi that I have read in a while now. It's about a bunch of kids who get stuck on the spaceship Orion after things go awfully pear-shaped. They have to find their way home, and intergalactic travel is a little harder than getting home from the corner shop with a flat bike tire. When I first started reading this book, I wondered whether it was going to have a Lord of the Flies type vibe. I mean, with kids in charge, anything could happen. But scrap the infighting. There are so many external dangers that, well, they can't fight with each other because otherwise they're not going to survive. Then I thought that the book might have some Space Odyssey vibes because the Orion also has an onboard AI, like Hal. But you're just going to have to read the book to confirm my suspicions. Alistair Chisholm has created a really suspenseful story. There's a bunch of action, but that's nicely balanced with a lot of interplay between the characters, making friendship and trust some of the prominent themes. And as for the ending, well, it was a total cracker. That leaves us one place left to go. That is the one, the only Bookkeeper's Stronghold. I'm reading The Little Grey Girl by Celine Keenan, the second book in the Wild Magic trilogy. In the first week of Believeathon, I read 5.5 books, and if I'd chosen the right ones to read, I could have finished my quest there and then. But no, I wanted to savor it to the very last. As I record this, there are still 10 or so hours left of Believeathon. Well, I've got my afternoon reading sorted. I'll share my thoughts on The Little Grey Girl the next time I vlog, as well as the third book, The Promise Witch, which is due to be released soon. Right, so in the end, here's how my quest played out. I started at the Poacher's Pocket Inn with hapless hero Henry. Then we journeyed along to Baba Yaga's house, where I read The List of Things That Will Not Change. From there, I travelled to the 100-acre wood, where I met Evie and the animals. I hitched a ride on the Broly Rail over the Shadow Sea, getting confuzzled with Orion Found. No, wait, Orion Lost. Reading Orion Lost at Orion Found. Then taking a dip with the Sisters Grimm in the Mermaid's Lagoon before we thundered over the Black Ice Bridge with The Girl Who Stole an Elephant, and we burst open the Bookkeeper's Stronghold with The Little Grey Girl, who is a lot more fearsome than she sounds. So, that's my quest completed. Or it will be in an hour or two, once I finish reading this book. A massive thank you to Gavin for creating this readathon and generally being a great human. If you're at a total loss of what to do with yourself now that Believeathon has ended, check out my channel, Rock and Reads. It's all middle grade bookish goodness there. And if you like what you see, subscribe and spread the word. I hope you guys are all keeping well. Until next time, Evie out.